All right, guys, welcome back. Today I am forcing Kyle to watch Transformers: Age of Extinction.
Mark Wahlberg. I thought we were watching the other guys.
No, we watched that the other day. Remember?
We did.
That was probably the more enjoyable movie. I remember being super hyped about this as a kid. Yes, there's
I changed him up a little bit. Adam looking with the sword.
Optimus Prime. I remember being super excited about this as a kid, to the point where I annoyed the shit out of my friends in elementary school, and they kind of just made fun of me for being so excited about Transformers. And looking back,
Kind of like how I make fun of you now for being excited about Transformers.
yes, exactly. But yeah, looking back now, it's definitely.
I don't want to cut you off, but I did just see a shot of Bumblebee. He has what looked like a new mask, and it looked hard as fuck.
Yeah, he's got a whole new design in this movie.
Cool.
And then there's also 4 new Autobots, I think.
Okay.
And then like a whole new slew of Decepticons. You'll see how the Decepticons get in for this movie.
Do we have Megatron in this movie?
In a sense.
In a sense. All
In
right.
a sense. I would say the
Is
villains.
Sideswipe in this movie?
Sideswipe is not in this movie.
I'm not.
But
watching
there is a Corvette in the movie at least.
Okay. All right.
His name is Crosshairs. He's
Yeah, but he's not going to do the whole sliding thing.
No, unfortunately not.
That sucks. But okay.
I don't know if Sideswipe. I think Sideswipe died. You'll find out.
What the fuck are we doing here, man?
Yeah, it's a whole
very annoying.
in the whole intro. It'll be
It's
explained.
literally like my favorite character.
Yeah. So, all right, here we go. Autobots.
Hold on, wait.
No.
Shia LaBeouf not in this movie. This is our first movie without Shia LaBeouf.
Yes.
And without
Shia
Megan Fox, and without the random other girl from the last movie.
Yep, completely. This is like quite literally, if a reset button was just hit, but
Okay.
it does carry.
Right, I think you said they mentioned Sam Witwicky or something like that.
They mentioned him in the next movie,
Okay.
but this movie is very
This
much.
one they were still probably too upset with Shia LaBeouf to even want to mention the character or some shit.
Maybe, I think this movie definitely deals heavily with the events of the third movie with the battle in Chicago.
Okay.
A lot of the events in this movie.
Is this gonna be like a Ben Affleck Batman Superman thing where we find out Mark Wahlberg was actually there the whole time as a soldier or some shit?
No,
Okay.
no.
Optimus accidentally killed his daughter or some shit.
Nope.
Okay.
But all right, here we go.
Let's do it.
Transformers: Age of Extinction. All right, so we just wrapped up Transformers: Age of Extinction. This is an original copy from 2014. Like I said earlier, I really loved this movie as a kid. I kind of fell out of love with it, but watching it again, yes, there's Galvatron. Watching it again, it's not as bad as I was thinking. Seeing the Dinobots, that was definitely like brain shut off, and I was like, man, this movie's really cool. So, what were your thoughts?
I want to ask you a question.
What's up?
Amongst these movies, how highly regarded is this movie?
Oh, not very highly.
People really don't like this movie.
Yeah, because a lot of people are in agreement that it was like Chinese propaganda.
Okay.
Because China paid like
sure.
a lot of money to be heavily featured in this movie.
Okay.
Also, the Romeo and Juliet thing with Shane and Tessa. That's
weird.
highly frowned upon.
Right.
What are your thoughts on it, though?
Well, obviously, I'm not a fan of Chinese propaganda. I'm not a fan of 20-year-olds dating 17-year-olds, but this may be my favorite one.
Deadass.
Literally deadass. That's why I told you it was going to be an interesting review because I actually really enjoyed this movie. I'm not going to lie.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, that's what I thought it was the greatest when I saw it when I was a kid. Like when it first came out. I think I saw it 2 or 3 times, maybe just twice in theaters. But I was in 5th grade when this came out. But yeah, what were your favorite parts?
I don't think it beats out the first one for me.
No.
So the second one might be my favorite because that was really enjoyable. So this might be my third. Like it might go for me 2-1 last night, and then.
Oh no, this was Age of Extinction last night.
Or Age of Extinction. That's what I'm saying. 2-1, Age of Extinction, and then technically 3. But I don't know. I gotta finish watching before I can really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's definitely probably like my third favorite. I don't know, man. I just really enjoyed it. I felt like out of all these, I've said it before here, I've said it to you multiple times. It's sometimes these Transformers movies are hard to follow the plot.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is the most simple plot to follow. They're just this guy's life goes upside down because he gets Optimus Prime, and then the government's coming after him while Homeboy is trying to make new Transformers. It just seemed like a very simple plot compared to some other movies, I guess.
That's fair. They didn't try to overcomplicate it,
right?
Even though it is kind of overcomplicated, but
right. But I don't know, it just felt maybe I'm stupid, but like it just felt very easy for me to kind of understand what was going on here, and not. Even though I love the second movie, we have to go to Egypt, and then like I felt like the other movies have a lot going on where they're trying to heavily add into the plot and explain what's going on in the plot, but you're at the same time you're just like I have no clue what's happening here. Everything that happened here, I was just like everything made sense. Everything kind of flowed the way I thought it would. I will say about these Transformers movies, as I said it to you, these movies do not need to be 2.5 hours long, man. These are popcorn flicks. These are just fun little films. They don't need to be. I feel like maybe people will kill me for it, but I feel like movies that are 2.5 hours long should be reserved for movies that are very deep movies. You know what I'm saying? Something like, in my case, The Batman. I love The Batman. That's a very deep and psychological movie. You have to be really thinking about it. So it having a long runtime makes sense because there's a lot going on in a deep sense, not just a lot going on in an explosion sense. These movies just kind of have a lot going on in an ass and explosion sense. So,
like the other movies, they were like 2 hours, and then I got here and I haven't seen this movie in like years. So I pop my Blu-ray player, or I pop my Blu-ray into the player, and I see the little bar at the bottom, and it says 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Right. I think this is the longest one.
Yeah, I think this is the longest theatrical like live action. But we both looked at each other and we were like, 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Well, also we did start this a little late too because we had a wrestling show that we were watching. We were in that pool for a little bit, so we didn't start watching the movie until like 9 o'clock or something like that.
Shout out Daniel Starling for winning the WNRN. What is it? All Florida
Championship.
All Florida Championship.
And Elias AK-47 for retaining the anti-establishment championship. Of course. Yeah, so we started this a little later than we thought we would, so we were kind of like, shit, it's gonna be late when we finish this one.
Anyways, what was your favorite part? I feel like T.J. Miller.
No, yeah, definitely not. Obviously, I'm not a fan of T.J. Miller. I don't think anybody's a fan of T.J. Miller anymore. He seems to be a pretty deplorable asshole. And from what I was telling you, Holden Hardman, YouTuber I watch, I think a couple years ago, he showed his wife these movies. I think I watched their video on this, and he said the reason why he got killed off early and in such a brutal way was because Michael Bay was just done dealing with him on set, and he also was just a total asshole filming this movie. So,
can you imagine hating someone so much you just like fucking blow them up?
Right.
Like just in the biggest explosion you can think of.
Right.
It was crazy.
No, my favorite part of the movie may have been Stanley Tucci saying, "What the fuck is the Chinese word for move?" or whatever he said.
How do you say "get the fuck out of the way" in Chinese?
Yeah, that was hilarious.
That shit went platinum in my household in 2014.
Stanley Tucci, incredible actor. I love Stanley Tucci. I watch all of his cooking videos on TikTok. I think it's very relaxing and fun. So I kind of knew he was in these movies so I know he's in this one, like the next one.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not this character. He plays a completely different character, and he's only in it for a brief moment.
Are you kidding me?
I wish I was. I told you The Last Night is like literally
That's
the worst
insane.
live action one.
That's crazy. I only know that he's in the next movie because years ago SNL did a rap about Stanley Tucci that Pete Davidson did.
Okay.
And he said Transformers: The Last Night, Beauty and the Beast, and Spotlight in the rap. So that's how I knew. I was like, well, I guess he's in Transformers: The Last Night.
Very briefly, yes.
Right. So I just assumed he played the same character. So for the reason, I don't know why, but he's playing a completely different character. It makes no sense. But he clearly takes the John Turturro role in.
Yeah, like the most absurd character.
The asshole that's just absolutely absurd and hilarious.
But he means well.
Right. And at least in the end, it seems like he means well. That's why I kind of figured. I'm so shocked that you say he's playing a different character. I figured he's in the next movie as like a tag along with Mark Wahlberg or something like that because now he's kind of had a change of heart.
Mm-hmm.
But now that he just plays it.
They go completely off the rails.
Does the boyfriend show up in the next?
I don't know if I should say he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
That was my biggest joke.
I don't even think his daughter shows up.
That's crazy. That was my biggest joke was that they kept harping on the fact that he's not good enough for the daughter, but then they have the scene where they have the talk and he kind of gives him the yes, and then they have the whole thing where he says, "Protect my daughter with your life." forever and ever, and I looked away and I go, that guy's not in the next movie.
He's not gonna make it.
Yeah. Kind of like a Megan Fox situation. They built up that relationship over 2 movies, and then by the 3rd movie, she just is like a throwaway line about how she's kind of like a bitch for breaking up with him, and then it's just, yeah. So, but also that's not just Transformers. That's any movie really, any franchise. They tend to do that sometimes, and you can't really predict that. Like I don't know about the boyfriend here, but they could have built that up fully expecting him to come back for the next movie, and then contracts or and different things happen in the world. You know, things happen. So I like to joke about it, but you can't really give him that much shit because chances are they expected him to come back or something like that.
Yeah, shit happens, you know.
Right. But yeah, overall, I did enjoy it. The dinosaur Transformers were pretty cool. I'm not a huge, although I'm a Power Ranger fan, I'm not a huge dinosaur fan. But it was pretty cool. I know there's like different facets of Transformers, I guess. Like you have the normal Transformers stuff, Optimus Prime, 80s cool stuff, but then you have dinosaurs, and then you have knights that are turning into dinosaurs, but then you also have like prehistoric kind of animals, not actual, like you have the gorillas, you know what I'm saying? Like they have all different kind of, what are they called, Beast Wars or whatever it's called?
Beast Wars was the Maximals and the Predacons.
Right, so there's like different animal types and dinosaurs and knights and cars and stuff, so I'm like, it's pretty cool to see there's different avenues, like in a way, there's like something for everybody in Transformers. If you like cars, there's cars. If you like animals, there's animals. If you like dinosaurs, there's dinosaurs. So there is kind of like different avenues for people to get into Transformers, I guess. Yeah. Depending on what you like. So that's pretty cool. Which, I mean, for me, same thing with Power Rangers, maybe not the movies, but the TV show, there's dinosaurs,
there's something
there's
for everyone.
Ninjas, there's space, there's, you know, animals, there's magic, there's police, like there's all different stuff. So that's always cool in any franchise to have different avenues to get new fans into the series, you know.
All right, what were your thoughts on Lockdown?
That's the bounty hunter? Yeah, he's cooler than Megatron.
Cooler than Megatron.
He needs, like, what he was in this one movie is what Megatron should have been in all these movies. I mean, I'm not super versed in this, so I don't know if that's just Megatron's, like, character as he's the big bad, but he always just, like...
Yeah, Megatron's the big bad, usually.
No, I know that, but I'm saying I don't know if he's supposed to be the big bad that in everything just ends up getting his ass beat or some shit. I know he's supposed to lose because he's the bad guy, but...
Yeah, that's usually how it was in the 80s cartoon. Like, he'd always just retreat or something, but...
Okay. Because I feel like, I don't know, he needs to be more like Darth Vader, you know what I'm saying? Rolling up, running through somebody, and people are actually terrified. Yeah. I feel like Megatron's character is... Obviously, the characters are terrified, but watching... Like, we need to be terrified. Mm-hmm. Us watching Megatron, like, he shows up in this movie and he's Galvatron. That was a cool twist. I like that. But in the 3rd movie, we'll say, right? I'm watching that 3rd movie and I'm just like, I don't care about this guy at all. He really, to me, gives no threat because the other 2 movies, he just gets, like, completely bitched out.
Well, yeah, and then on the 3rd one, it was really like Sentinel Prime. That was kind of like...
And then he gets killed and then what does Megatron do? He cries and runs away, so... It's,
Megatron gets killed brutally by Optimus.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm talking about the second movie.
Oh, yeah.
When they had the one dude, the Fallen, he gets killed, and Megatron basically like screams out and runs away. Mm-hmm. And then the 3rd movie, he gets fucking destroyed. So yeah, if that's his character, that's his character. But I just feel like your big bad needs to be more
big
intense, and bad, more scary for us as a viewer to be like, oh shit, Megatron rolled up. Someone might be fucked here, you know.
Yeah, that's something that definitely was there in the first movie. Like the first movie, like when he came out of the ice, like little me was scared shitless. Like every time I watched the movie on DVD, like as soon as that scene came on, I'd have to run out of the room and like hide behind a door until he came out and he was like already in the city. So. I'm the boogeyman.
Yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. Maybe people are gonna roast me in the comments about enjoying this movie, but I thought it was pretty fun, pretty enjoyable. And again, I think the main thing was that it was just simple to follow. The plot wasn't convoluted and crazy, and we got to go here and there and everywhere to find a piece of the Allspark, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get the MacGuffin in this movie was the seed, obviously. Right. And I guess, you know, I guess I can't really label this movie as bad. I would say it's more on the guilty pleasure side. Okay. The Last Night is definitely going to be someone's guilty pleasure because The Last Night is just fucking awful.
I mean, just looking at the cover here.
Yeah, like I brought the Blu-ray because I didn't know how long it would take us. I thought we would do like a double. feature.
Shout out Anthony Hopkins is in this movie. It was cool.
Oh, he goes fucking insane in that movie, dude.
Isabel Merced, I knew she's in this movie. We both love Isabel Merced. She's great. Everything we have seen her in, she's awesome.
Actually, fun fact: in this movie, I believe if you look at the credits, this is before she changed her name.
Oh,
So she used to be Isabella Moner. Yeah. So I could definitely see why she changed her name.
Probably Moner.
Moner, yeah. I could definitely see why she changed her name because that,
However,
grown ass adults probably getting weird.
he looks fucking stupid.
Oh, Kate Yeager.
He looks stupid as fuck. I don't know who that is because she's not in this movie.
He's spreading his wings. He's a peacock. He's got to fly.
I wanted to ask you too. Okay, I won't lie. He does look kind of cool there. He looks like Terminator there.
Mm-hmm.
Is Cade Yeager is this a made up character? Or is this because I know Sam Witwicky is in like the '80s movie.
The Witwickies are in the '80s TV show and stuff.
So
Cade Yeager is 100% like an original. Yeah, they just made
for this movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's literally just like, hey, Mark Wahlberg, give him a fake name, you know?
Right.
Who the fuck comes up with Cade Yeager?
That's kind of sad. I thought maybe Cade Yeager was someone from a different show or something like that.
I don't know. He might be. But I don't remember. I think he's original. So.
But I also feel like most of the time they do stuff, they would just use Sam Witwicky or whoever. One of the Witwickies, I guess. So,
Witwickity?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So we're not doing the double feature tonight because it is...
It's already like midnight.
Yeah, it's almost midnight.
I think it literally says 11:57 over there.
No, we gotta catch some Z's, but we will be back at some point soon.
I was gonna say too. I know we're wrapping up. I was gonna say because I really enjoyed this movie and I enjoyed the setup of Optimus going to find the creators or whatever. I was gonna say I'm really looking forward to watching The Last Night, but since you keep saying this is like the worst movie, I'm kind of like
I probably should have kept my mouth shut.
No, it's okay. I'm still excited to see it, but now I'm kind of like in a way I'm excited to see if the story picks up, but I'm also excited to see why this is so bad. Apparently, I know. I think she did another video. Gemma Chan she does a voice in this next movie too, which is cool.
She actually does make an appearance too.
Okay.
In the flesh.
Okay, but she plays like
She plays the big bad in the next movie.
Okay. So that's cool. I like her from Eternals. She was really good in Eternals. Again, we're wrapping up. I saw her in like this short film too that's on YouTube, which is really cool too about like love and stuff like that. Really cool. But yeah, I'm excited to see this next movie for two different reasons compared to originally. I was just excited to see the story. So
yeah. All right. Well, we will be back at some point soon, obviously, with Transformers Last Night.
It's more of a time.
Yeah, Autobots transform and roll out.